Good evening, friends. So far, we have learnt around 1600 words in the previous lessons. These words are really important for all the exams, be it IBPS, PO, or clerk, or SSC, railway, or MBA, GRE, GMAT, etc. I am covering with lot these words with lot of details. Also, these words are very frequent words which come up in very frequently in all the exams, including GRE and GMAT also. Right. So we should learn all of this, and I'm hoping you are revising these words again and again. Make it a point that you use these words. If you use them thrice, they will become yours. Make it a point to try to fit these words in our daily vocabulary. The way you speak, right? Try to fit. Try to make three sentences. Use them thrice, they'll be yours. Okay? That is the mantra. Let us start learning more words. Let's cover 100 more, around 25 more in this session. Ingenious. Ingenious is a person that believes people very easily. That is a person that trusts. Is a honest person, but is very naive. He trusts people very easily. Let's say uh, one person went to Varanasi, okay, and he wanted to bath at the Ganga. Now he doesn't have anyone to take care of his luggage and all, and if he trusts one random person and gives his phone and all his luggage to that person and asking him to take care of it, he is very ingenious. Means he is trusting a random person also. He is ready to trust people, a random person. That person can run away with his money, phone, clothes, everything, right? This kind of behavior is ingenious behavior. He's a frank person. He's an open person. That is ingenious. Okay. Cunning is definitely not ingenious. Ingenious is opposite of cunning. Frank. Frank is definitely related to ingenious, right? Frank is someone who is open. Courteous. Courteous is a polite guy. Vinamra. We should have courteous attitude towards everyone. Right? Courteous young man. The hotel staff are very courteous. Of course, all hotel staff should be courteous, otherwise no one will go to the hotel, right? So frank is a synonym here. Clever. Clever is intelligent. Okay. Chatur. Clever is chatur. Very clever child, clever girl, etc. Consequence. Consequence is the result of something. Consequence is the result of something, right? All actions have consequences. Right? That is karma yoga, right? Whatever karma you do, everything will come back. The law of karma. All actions have consequences. Manner is the way in which a thing happens. We should always have good manners. It has come from Latin manus. Manus means hand. So that's a manner. Result. Consequence is also a result, right? It is an outcome. So you all know. This this set is easy. Cause and effect. Cause is something that creates unemployment is the major cause of poverty. Cause is the one that produces. Order. Order, you all know. Order has got multiple meanings. One is the order that you give, or one is the order that you place. Alphabetical order. That is the order of placing things. Authority. Authoritative command direction. That is the order that you give. Right. Erotic. Erotic is sensual love, arousing sexual desire or excitement. You all know what is erotic. Eros. Eros is sexual love. This very famous Hollywood productions, Eros Productions, that is based out of this. Sexual is of more used for sexual behavior, sexual desire, sexual acts, sexual abuse, sexual assault. sexual violence, etc. It is related to sex. Sensuous. Sensuous is more related to senses. Aesthetically sexual is sensuous. It is actually erotic is more of sensuous than sexual. Porn is more of sexual, right? Beautiful. Beautiful, we all know what is beautiful. Sundar. Attractive is also kind of beautiful. Admirable. Akarshak, that is attractive. So erotic is closely related to sexual and sensuous also. Okay. Cruel. Cruel is someone who calls something that causes suffering. That is cruel. Cruelty. You all know. Hateful. Hateful is causing hatred. It is not related to cruelty. It can be there could be other reasons also. Dreadful. Dreadful is terrible. Dreadful weather. It's a terrible weather. Indifferent is we had discussed this earlier also. There is no difference between the two things. No difference between good or bad. Indifference attitude of the government. People will not like it. Right? Government should be sympathetic or should understand what are the needs of the people. It cannot remain indifferent. Merciless. Merciless means no mercy. It is kind of cruelty, right? Cruel and merciless are synonyms. Dodge, we discussed earlier. Dodge is evading. To move quickly or suddenly, to avoid a hit, or to avoid any situation, to avoid any punch. If it is boxing, it is to avoid a punch. Otherwise, also, it's a dishonest way to just avoid getting hurt in a dangerous situation. Confuse. Confuse is confusing people. Bewildering. Mixing up. Not having clarity. That is confusion. Right. Avoid. Avoid is closely related to dodge. Avoid is also dodge is kind of avoiding things, right? To keeping away or refrain from. Thwart. Thwart is frustrate. Frustrating. To thwart somebody's plans. His ambition to be a painter was thwarted by poor eyesight. Right, that is thwart. It means to prevent somebody from doing something that they want to do. Right, that is thwart. That's why it is frustrate, to stop people. Right, she was thwarted in her attempt to become the leader. That means the people would have stopped her and did not let her become the leader. Frustrate. Frustrate and thwart are synonyms we just discussed. Frustrating is making efforts ineffective, whatever efforts that may be. What frustrates him is that there is too little money to spend on the project. That means his efforts are becoming ineffective. We must be trying hard to make the project successful, but there are no funds. Prevent people from achieving a purpose. That is frustrate. The general meaning that we use also, it is discontented because you are not able to achieve your aims. That is also frustration. Frustration is also sexually unfulfilled. That is also frustration. Right. So frustrate, otherwise the original meaning is to make some efforts ineffective. Inexplicable means it cannot be explained. Unconnected. Unconnected is this is not connected, which is not joined. Chaotic. Chaotic means it's an important word. Chaos. Chaotic means there is no order. The city traffic is very chaotic. Means there is no order. Everyone is going here and there, and there is no control. That is chaotic. Unaccountable. Unaccountable. He doesn't have accountability. Accountability is he have to give explanation. Whoever is accountable, they have to give explanation. They have to explain how and why they have done certain things. Unaccountable is there is no explanation, not answerable. They don't. So, for example, the unaccountability of the government. Too many government departments are unaccountable to the general public. That means the departments just don't care about how people feel, or they don't feel answerable to the public. That is unaccountable. Unaccountable cases, unaccountable missing cases means no one is answering why people have missed, or how many people have missed, etc. Okay. Confusing is difficult to explain. So difficult to understand. That is confusing. Inexplicable, that cannot be explained, is actually closely related to unaccountable. This because these people are also not giving any explanations. Obstreperous means it is very noisy and difficult to control. Obstinate, we had discussed earlier, is very stubborn person. Obstinate. The obstinate people, they just want to do what they want to do. They won't listen to anyone else. They just refuse to listen. This person is very obstinate. Okay. Calm. Calm is peaceful person. Serene, quiet, noisy. Obstreperous is noisy, making lot of noise. Cheerful. Cheerful is in good spirits, very happy person. Okay. So here, obstinate, you remember, we had discussed this earlier. It is a very important word, comes multiple times. Obstreperous is also a very important word, very noisy. Okay. Chimeric. Chimeric is a mythical animal. Let's say half snake, half human, half lion, half human, etc. etc. That is kind of chimeric. It's a mythical, illusory creation. Okay. If it is animal, it is an illusory creation. Otherwise also, if it is if it is far from reality, and if that seems like impossible case to achieve, then also we use this word chimeric. The notion of tolerance is a chimeric dream. Erratic means it is not consistent. Imaginary, it is imaginary. We all know what is imaginary. Imagining things. Okay. Imaginary is, it exists only in imagination. It is not real. In mathematics also we use this imaginary numbers, and these are not real numbers. Okay. Square root of -2, -4, etc. These are all imaginary numbers. I square equal to -1. This I is imaginary. Uncertain. Uncertain is we are not clear what will happen. Not certainly knowing or known. Okay. This is not related to imaginary. Unreliable. It can change anytime. Uncertainty. The future is very uncertain. They are both uncertain about what to do. Future looks uncertain, etc. Uncertainty about the future of the company. Ephemeral. Ephemeral, it's which lasts very short time, short duration. Ephemeral. Alpakalic. Right. So chimeric is related to imaginary. Conundrum. Conundrum is a puzzle. It's a difficult question. Question also means it is, conundrum is kind of question. Let's look at the other words. Discussion. It is not discussion. Explanation. It is not explanation also. It is not about explaining things. It is not solution also. It's a question. It's a problem. Conundrum is a problem. It's a puzzle. It's a riddle. It's a difficult puzzle. So question comes closest. Now let's quickly get to the next word. Irk. Irk is to irritate, to annoy people. Don't irk me means don't annoy me. Her tone irks me means I don't like her tone for whatever reason. Bore. Bore is to make someone feel bored, right? Or the other meaning is to dig a hole, to dig a long deep hole. That is for boring, right? To get water. The boring pump that we do, that is this bore only. One is to bore you, as to make you feel bored. That is the same bore, and this is digging bore for water is also the same bore. The drill is strong enough to bore through solid rock. That is digging hole. Insult. We know what is insult. Apaman karna. Endorse. Insult is not related to irk. Irking is annoying. Insulting is different. Endorse. Endorsement, we discussed this earlier also. Like celebrities endorse products. That means they publicly support. Endorsement is public supporting publicly. Endorsement is kind of advertisement. Annoy. Annoy is irking. Annoy is making someone angry. His jokes are annoying me. That means I'm not liking his jokes. Irritating me. They are irritating me. Annoy is irritation. Muffle. Muffle is covering something, wrapping something. Okay, covering something. Let's say you wanted to get up early morning at 4 o'clock, right? And you put an alarm. You put and your phone is ringing. You don't like it. What you do? You put it under the pillow. You cover it with the pillow. Now you are wrapping it. You are covering it. Why you are covering it? You are you don't want to hear the sound. You want to deaden the sound. That is muffle, right? I tried to muffle the alarm clock by putting it under the pillow. That is muffle. Let's look at the other words. Wrap. Wrap is kind of covering it. Soften. Soften is to make it softer. Hasten. Hasten to make it fast. जल्दी करने के लिए, right? That is hasten. The treatment the old man received might have hastened his death. He would have died. Of course, everyone will die, but the death has come faster than what it was naturally because of the treatment. The treatment did not work properly. That is hasten, making it hurry, making it faster. That is hasten. Disturb. We all know what is disturb. Disturb is whatever it is peaceful, breaking that peace. Muffle, covering it, is closest to wrap is closest among this. Right? Sustain. Sustain means supporting or bearing. Which planets can sustain life? Means which all planets can support life. Sustaining is enduring. The soil was so badly polluted that it could no longer sustain crops. It cannot, whatever the industrial waste would have been released into the soil, and that's why the soil is no longer able to sustain any crops in agriculture. Support is also kind of sustaining, right? Revive. Reviving life. Viv is life. Revive. Re plus viv. Bringing someone back to life. Bringing back to consciousness. Life. Strength. Etc. Bring back to existence. Which is felt already gone, but bringing back life to it. Believe. We all know what is believe. Okay. Support is the closest word here. Belief. Believe is having belief, which is having vishwas. To feel that something is true. Having that feeling. Allowing is permitting to happen. Anumati. It is allowing. Scar. Scar is to search for something. And this is to search very carefully. That is scarring. He had been scouring the papers for weeks, looking for a job. That means he is looking at the newspapers very carefully, just to find whatever job opportunities, whatever advertisements related to job opportunities, etc. are there to understand that. That is scouring. Search. Search is also kind of scoring. Scoring is kind of searching. Search is definitely a synonym. Let's look at others. Flow. Flowing is not related to scoring. Flow is in terms of flowing of liquid, flowing of water or anything. That is flow. Push. Push is not related to score. Push is putting some force. Industrious. It's an important word again. Industrious person is a very hardworking person. You should always be industrious. An industrious student. Right. You should be an industrious student. That's how you will crack any kind of exam. Intelligence is secondary, but hardworking is primary. An intelligent person might be able to benefit or not, but hardworking persons will always have results. Right? You should always be industrious. Industrious means it's people say ants are very industrious. They are very disciplined. They are very diligent. Okay. Intelligent is good at learning things, good at understanding and better thinking power. That is intelligent. Diligent is kind of industrious, showing very careful, uh, showing lot of care and effort in your work or duties. So diligent people are very industrious people. They don't leave anything perfect. They do lot of hard work and keep everything under control. They put lot of care and effort in the duties. That is diligence. That act is diligence. Clever is kind of intelligent, very skillful, very talented. Okay, quick to understand and learn things. Reserved is he doesn't reveal his intentions. That is reserved. Reticent, they keep their emotions within themselves. That is reserved. Lachrymose. Lachrymose is tearful, someone who is mourning. It is about crying, Rona. That is lachrymose. Unimpressive, it is not impressive. It is not related to this. Mournful, yes, yes. Mournful is sadness. They are about to cry. They are weeping. So mournful is related to lachrymose. Moist is wet. When the eyes might be moist because of mourning, but moist is not lachrymose. Lachrymose is given to weeping and tearful. Moist is related to other forms of wetness, right? Tearful is definitely wet, but moist is not related to lachrymose. Impious, impious means it is not pious. Wicked, a pious lady. Sita is a pious wife. Pious lady. Impious means she is very true. Impious is not pious. It means a wicked person. Forage. Forage is food for cattle. Or search. If it is verb, it means it is searching for such food. Searching for food. If it is, if we have to use it as a verb. Now this verb has moved into other aspects of life also, not just into searching for food. In fact, searching for other things also. For example, um, his assistant was foraging in the cupboard for some documents. That means the assistant is thoroughly checking the cupboard for some documents. That is forage. Foraging is actually equal to searching also. Search, we all know what it is. Research is not about search. It is about systematic investigation. Okay, to establish facts. Anusandhan. Research is Anusandhan. Scientific research, medical research, academic research. This is all cancer research. This is systematic investigation and study of materials. Anusandhan. This is. It is not just searching. It is much more than searching. So forage is search. Let's look at the other words. Fly. Fly is not related to this. Okay. Flying is udna, and fly also is the mosquitoes and flies. No, no. Traveling is not related to searching. going from one place to another place. Ulterior. Ulterior is something that is hidden. Ulterior motive means some hidden motive which they don't want to admit. She must have got some ulterior motive for being nice to me. What does she want? We don't know. I'm not expecting her to be nice to me, but still she is nice to me. That means I'm suspecting there must be some ulterior motive. She wants something from me. That is ulterior motive. Pronounced. Pronounced means very obvious, very easy to observe. Okay, it is definitely not ulterior. Ulterior is hidden. Pronounced is not hidden. It is open. Implied. Implied, it is suggested, but it is not directly expressed. It is also kind of hidden. Implied criticism. That means he is not openly criticizing. He is criticizing in indirect ways. Okay, in hidden ways. Extreme. Extreme is of the highest degree, of the most severe degree, outermost, etc. Decisive. Decisive is conclusive. The match became decisive after that over. That means earlier the match was swinging between both the teams, but one good over, they gave 25 runs and the match became decisive. Okay, so ulterior, it's hidden, and implied is also hidden, so it becomes close to implied. Vary. Be wary of strangers who offer you a ride. That means keep your guard. Don't blindly believe them. Be cautious. So, vary is showing caution. Cautious definitely is vary only. Let's look at other words. Accurate means precise, careful, exactly conforming exactly to with what is the truth. Accurate description. That means what exactly is the correct description. Quick. Quick means fast, taking very short time. Practical. Practical or impractical. Practical is something that is more realistic. It is more related to practice rather than theory. It is more functional. Practical person is good at making, organizing, or doing things. He is very sensible person instead of an academic person. So where he is actually cautious. Others don't come close to wary. You should be wary of strangers. Welter. Welter is large and confusing amount of something. Sacrificing something is giving up something. Sorry. Sacrifice something is giving up something. No sacrifice of quality, though the prices has reduced. This is the claim made by most manufacturers. Means they are reducing the price, but they are not sacrificing the quality. All our parents make lot of sacrifices to bring us up, right? They give up lot of happiness. They give up lot of things for us, right? All parents do that. They make lot of sacrifices so that we all get good education and good standard of living. Okay, they give up lot of things. They give up their happiness to make us happy, right? Clarity. Clarity is clearness. Hate, we all know what is hate. Confusion. Confusion is actually welter. We just discussed. Retrieve. Retrieve is to get back, to take back, or to regain possession. The dog retrieved the ball. Means you would have thrown the ball. The dog got the ball back. That is retrieve. Retrieval. Retrieval is kind of recovery. Recovery investigation. Retrieve information, etc. Repeat. Repeat is say or do things again and again. Report. Reporting. News reporting, etc. That is kind of this report. Give an account. Retort. Retort is to give a quick reply, and generally in an angry and offended way. That is retort. Don't be ridiculous. He retorted angrily. So retort is not just a normal reply, it's a kind of offensive reply. It's a kind of angry reply. She quickly retorted. How does it matter? Okay. So that retort is a short, quick, angry reply. That is retort. Recover. Recover is gain possession. Right. Recover the land that has been occupied. Regain possession. That is regain possession. Recovering from fever. That is recovery of health. That is regaining your health or consciousness or getting back to a same earlier position. That is recovery. Okay. In this case, recovery is closest to retreat. Garnish. Garnish is decoration, especially related to food. Decorating food, garnishing the soup, garnishing the pizza, garnishing the cake, etc. Decorate. Decorate is related to garnish. Decorate is used in other words also, in other places also, not just for food. Let's look at others. Compose. Composing a music, writing, etc. That is compose. Impress. Impress is to win someone's mind, to influence someone. Right. None of the candidates impressed me. I made a lot of interviews, but none of the candidates impressed me. Impose. Imposing tax. Imposing duty. What is that impose? Imposing is enforcing. Imposing tax. You don't have a choice. You have to pay tax. Import duty. You have to pay it. Imposing sanctions. Imposing penalty, etc. So impose is to enforce compliance. It is kind of force. We all know what is allow. Allow is to permit. Let's look at this. This question was given in one of the previous exams. Let's look at the options. Allow is to permit. Accept is not permit. Or let's see. Let's look at the other words also. Accept, seek, permit, wish. In all of this, permit is coming to be closest. Right? Accept is receiving, willingly receiving. Seeking is looking for permission, requesting for permission. Seek permission. Search or inquire, that is seeking. तलाश करना है, seek. Accept is स्वीकार करना है. Allow is अनुमति देना है. Right. Permit is अनुमति, आज्ञा. X giving permission or consent, that is permit. Permit is coming to be closest here. Wish is a desire, इच्छा. Everyone has lot of wishes. Okay, but we should always have fewer wishes. More wishes means more unhappiness, right? Caveat. Caveat is a warning. Caveat is a warning. Let the buyer be aware. That is caveat. Caveat, law process in court to suspend proceedings. Or caveat is a warning. Dispute. Dispute is a fight. It's a debate. It's an argument. Okay. The dispute between the countries, between the states. Kaveri water dispute between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. That's dispute. Dispute is fight between two things, two places, whether it's for territory or for water or for whatever reason. Challenge. Challenge is challenge someone to take part in a contest to prove who is better. Okay, challenging for a game of chess. Advice. Advice is not caveat. Advice is giving some advice, giving some recommendation. Warning. Yes, caveat is kind of warning. Liability. So in balance sheets, in financial balance sheet, there are two things. One is a asset, one is a liability. You should always have assets. What is liability? Liability is the opposite of asset. Liability is debt. Liability is runa. You have to repay that liability. You have taken some loan, then it becomes a liability. If you have purchased a house, the house is your asset. But the loan that you have taken is a liability. Liability is something you have to pay back. Okay? So liability also means a troublesome responsibility. Right? So a son should never become a liability to the father. Right? If the son is not earning and not working, then the father has to feed him for long. Then son is a liability. The opposite of that, son is an asset. When he is earning and is taking care of the parents, then the son is an asset. Okay, that is liability and asset. Debt is kind of liability, right? You have to pay that back. Debit is different. Debit card, which is entry in the accounting system recording a sum that has been taken. Asset is the opposite of liability. You should have always have a lot of assets. Education is a very big asset. That means education is something very useful, very valuable. Assets are valuable. Liabilities are not valuable. Credit can be. Credit has got multiple meanings. One is source of honor, right? Source of honor. You should give credit to him. That means you should give him that acknowledgement that he has done the work. That acknowledgement that you should give. Credit also means good reputation, right? Financially also it means taking money, but credit has got multiple meanings. Okay, in this case, liability is a debt. Let's look at the next word. Amalgamation is mixing. Generally, metals. We use this word in metals. Amalgamate. Metals alloy with mercury. Okay. Trying is not about mixing. Collecting is also not about mixing. Collecting information. Mix is actually about mixing. Hate is also not about mixing. Okay. Condemn. Condemn. We had discussed earlier also. Condemn is ninda karna. Government condemn the terrorist attacks. Means government is giving lot of disapproval, expressing disapproval for the attacks. Blame is assigning fault to someone. That is dosh aropan. That is blame. Let's look at other words. Underrate is having very low opinion of something. Hatred is dislike. Avoid is not to do, to escape, to evade, keeping away from something. Right. So condemn, the closest one is actually blame. Okay. So we have covered another 125, 130 words, right? Again, hope you have understood these words. Please do practice again and again. Please go through the video again and again, and take notes of these videos, take notes of these words, and keep revising these words. These words are consistently coming in a lot of exams, and they will be very helpful in the long term also. Okay, all the best, guys. Take care. Thank you. Bye bye.